Okay, so I'm going to begin, but I want to begin by thanking the Port Washington Public Library for hosting this event and for allowing us to give out this information to the small business community. I also want to mention that if you have any questions, we'll take some time at the end of the presentation. So just write down your questions and then we'll address them at the end. So my name is Giovana Bracchi and I am the Executive Director of La Fuerza Community Development Corporation, or La Fuerza CDC. Tonight's presentation is on access to capital, small business lending. So who is La Fuerza CDC? We are a 501c3 not-for-profit organization that was certified by the U.S. Treasury to do microlending to the small business community. So we have a certification as a CDFI, a Community Development Financial Institution. Our mission as a nonprofit is to promote sustainable economic growth on Long Island by providing minority and women business entities access to capital, business development services, and other tools that create jobs, promote community wealth, and long-term prosperity. So that is what a CDFI does, and that is our mission. We have two programs, two main programs. The first one is our technical assistance. Our technical assistance is provided in two forms, one-on-one counseling or webinars like this evening. The topics that we cover in our technical assistance or business development is things such as how to develop your business idea. We like to use a business model canvas to develop your business ideas. The different types of formations, meaning are you an LLC? Do you wish to be a C Corp, an S Corp, a partnership, a sole proprietor? And in that we cover bookkeeping and accounting. What are the benefits of an LLC over a C Corp? What's an S Corp rather than just a regular corporation? Does it benefit you to just begin doing business as a sole proprietor, or is there, a risk? And the formation would be better for you to choose an LLC. Preparation of a business plan, that's very important because you will need a business plan to prepare for a loan, to submit for a loan. Marketing and social media, very crucial right now considering everything that's going on. We've been doing a lot of marketing and social media webinars. And financing your business, how to prepare, what do you need to know, what products are out there, and just really give you a lot of guidance through that. Our other program is access to capital, strictly microloans. Microloans are small business loans up to $40,000. We have an EOCF program, which is Entrepreneurs of Color Fund. This is a targeted loan fund. I'll talk about that a little bit more later on. Our Power Tech program, Tech Loan, which is providing opportunities to women entrepreneurs on the rise. This is a technology loan that we have right now, and I will tell you the details of that in the next slide. So this evening's presentation is on access to capital. So what are our loan products? What are the loan products that La Fuerza CDC has? The Entrepreneurs of Color Fund is a loan of up to $40,000, 3 to 6% interest, and it needs to be paid back in 42 months. The breakdown of that is the first 3 months, there are no payments. That is followed by 3 months of interest only, and then 36 months of principal and interest payments. This is so that the small businesses have plenty of time to put the loan to use, whether it's for machinery or inventory or just working capital. It is just giving you some time so that you can do what you need to do with the funds and then prepare later on to repay the loan. It just gives you a little bit of breathing time at the beginning with the 3 months no payments and 3 months interest only. Like I mentioned in the previous slide, this is a targeted loan fund. The qualifications are that it's an entrepreneur of color, and that means you are of the following origin: Latinx, African American, Native American, or Asian. So this product specifically for those business owners. Our Power Loan Tech program is a loan of up to $3,000. So this is a smaller loan. It has 0 interest from the time that you borrow until you pay it back. It needs to be paid back in 36 months, which is 3 years, with monthly payments. So you need to pay on a monthly basis for the life of the loan. So if you can afford to pay $50 at the beginning of the loan period, that's fine. $25 a month, $50 a month. It just needs to be paid back within 3 years. This is for women entrepreneurs, women business owners, and it must be used for technology. So whether you are in need of laptops, whether it's iPhones for your business, whether it's software that is needed for your business, this loan product is here for you. The only other restriction is that we ask for you to sign up to the free training, which includes installing Zoom in your computer so you can attend some of the webinars and trainings that are available. It's going to teach you how to do marketing for your business, social media, e-commerce. It is so important right now. The holidays are right around the corner and e-commerce is huge. Also considering everything that is going on with COVID, it's very important that you have an online presence. So we're giving you all of that training for free. The other product is microloans. So microloans tend to be up to $50,000. We'd like to stay in the $25,000 range. Our interest is between 3 to 10%, depending on the risk, depending on the business history. And we can do the loans for any time between 3 to 8 years payback. So we can stretch out the loan to 8 years. The most important part of this loan product is for you to be able to repay the loan and for you to be able to afford the monthly payments. That's really, really important. The qualifications: this loan is open to small businesses with less than 20 employees. That restriction is there because we want to make sure that it's getting to small businesses. The business must be open and located in Long Island. A lot of the times we mention that we fund startups, but what we mean by that is that the business has been open for 3 months or 6 months. A lot of the times these are businesses that cannot get a traditional loan from a bank because they don't have enough history and they're considered in the startup stages. So we do lend to businesses that are in the startup stage. This does not mean that we lend to people that want to start a business. The business must be already opened. Loan packaging services, very important. As a CDFI, we belong to a network of New York State and national CDFIs. Our lending is mission-based. Our board and our loan committee want the dollars to stay in Long Island and to help small businesses in all of the downtowns in Long Island. That doesn't mean that there aren't other larger CDFIs in the state that lend larger amounts to small businesses. So if you are seeking funding for your business in the amount of $50,000 and over, then you can reach out to us. We'll help you. We'll prepare your loan package. We'll tell you what you need. We will help you with the loan application and also find the right product and program with other CDFIs. The terms will be specifically decided by the CDFI that's, packaging or doing the loan. So we can't really specify what the terms will be, but we will let you know and explain everything to you when they qualify you. Okay, so those are the La Fuerza loan products. What are the other loan products that are out there? Well, SBA has been in the news. Once COVID hit, it was just, SBA PPP program, SBA EIDL loan. I'm not talking too much about them tonight because PPP is closed. It's now just doing the application for the forgivable Ps. The EIDL loan, many businesses have already applied and received funding for that. The SBA in their website has other loan programs, Community Advantage, microlending, 504. These are great programs that the SBA guarantees, but it's important to understand that you must apply through a participating lender. So whether it be a bank or a credit union, you want to specify that this is the loan product that you would like to apply for. The 504 is a little bit different. It's used for real estate. So if you are a business that would like to purchase the building that you are in, this would be a great program for you. The owner must occupy the space. So it can't be used if you are not occupying the space. The program that came out of COVID and that is still in full force, so if you're a small business, you should definitely apply, is the New York State Forward Loan. Just like the SBA PPP, it is a formula. Originally, they had said that the New York Forward Loan could only be used by small businesses that did not qualify for PPP or that did not get any PPP or SBA funding. They have since changed that law, so I would advise that you apply. Like I said, it is a formula. So it's your average monthly revenue from 2019. They take an average of 3 months and they times that by 3. We can give you the information for the New York Forward Loan. If you are applying directly online, it is important that you choose NDC as the CDFI because they are doing all the lending for Long Island. Banks, let's not forget banks and credit unions. Their lending is strictly based on capacity, your cash flow. So they want to make sure that, prior to COVID, you were in business and the business was doing well and you had cash flow. If you would like to seek assistance with applying for a bank loan or a credit union loan, you can absolutely call us. We have a lot of small business bankers that work with us just to help their clients and help the process of applying for a loan with a bank. There are other online platforms. I'm not saying that any of them are good or bad. I am just saying that you need to be aware of all the fees, aware of the product, know the product well. Is it a loan for, is it a personal loan or is it a business loan? You need to be very clear on that. Read the fine print, know the terms, know the fees. Are there are there penalties for prepaying your loan? let's say your business is doing well in the next 2 years and you took a 5-year loan and you want to just pay it down, is there a fee for paying it before its due date? Again, you want to know all of the fees and the terms. Is there a closing fee? Are there points? Things like that. With anything online, they give you a quick decision, but I just always tell small business owners, you need to really read the fine print and make sure that you know what you're getting into. Okay, so what are the requirements? I mean, this is the section that our clients have the toughest time with, and we always sit with them and we carefully go over all of the required documents. This is what generates a loan package, the required documents. So first and foremost is taxes. Keep up with your taxes. We do require 3 years of business and personal tax returns, personal returns of the owner or owners. Whenever you apply for a loan, the first thing they're going to ask you is for your taxes. Bank statements, 3 months of business and personal bank statements. This is where we look at the history and we try to make an assessment on the cash flow of the business. Projections and profit and loss, or P&L, we usually call them. I highlighted this section because a lot of our clients get confused between projections and P&L. So I just want to clarify it a little bit. If you are asking for a loan for inventory or equipment, and you're telling me that I'm going to purchase equipment and it will allow me to, produce more sales, or, I'll be able to contract out more of my work. Wonderful. I need a projection. So I need to know from the moment that I give you the loan and you purchase your equipment, what will your business look like financially? That is a projection going into the future. P&L is your profit and loss of your history. So we are in November. If you are coming for a loan tomorrow, you're giving me your 2019 tax returns, but I would still want to see how your business performed this year for the past 10 months, regardless of COVID. We want to see your record. So we would ask for a P&L or a profit and loss. And I just want to make sure that you know the difference between the two, because projections, again, it seems like easy. Yes, it's going into the future. I'm letting you know what I think I'm going to do as far as my business, but a lot of people get that confused. The other document that we ask for is a business plan. And we don't need you to create this very lengthy, complicated business plan. We just basically need you to tell us about the history, your experience, the owner, types of formation, who's your client, what's your product or service, your marketing strategy, but in just simple words, just a simple business plan. 2 forms of ID from the owner. We ask for that. Proof of ownership, right? Is this your business? Give us proof of ownership. This means a certificate of inc, articles of organization. We also want to see the EIN letter, which will show us your tax ID number for the company. If you have a storefront, a brick and mortar, then we want to see your lease, a copy of your lease, proof of address for the business, if you do, again, have a storefront, and your personal. It could be a utility bill. This is pretty simple. Any licenses required in your industry. So if you're a daycare, if you're a handyman, hair salon, spa services, any licenses that are required in your industry, we would like to make sure that they're up to date. and we keep a copy of them. And then uses of funds. What is the loan for? Is it for equipment, working capital, inventory? What is it for? And how is it helping your business? So this is what we call a loan package. This is where most of our clients take the most time. A lot of people call us or contact us for a loan, and the first question they ask is, how long does it take? Well, we usually say that it will take a few weeks after we have a completed loan package. That's when the clock starts ticking. Until then, we don't have a completed loan package. It's not going to underwriting. The application. So we are going to work on a loan package with all the required documents, and then you are going to fill out an application. The application is pretty simple. It is basically, a lot of questions. It's 3 pages long, and I'm going to show it to you after this slide. It's basically the business information and the owner's financial information. In lending, once we have the application and the loan package, everything goes to the underwriter. So what is it that the underwriter is doing? It's basically asking a series of questions. How much do you need? What do you need it for, right? When do you need it? Like, when do you need this loan? Where is your business located, and how long have you been in business? Do you have cash flow? Do you have profits? Do you break even? Do you have employees? Do you have collateral? Do you have any other debt? How is your credit score? And what is the debt to service ratio? So we usually like to see a 1.25 ratio, which means that for every dollar of debt, you need to make $1.25, the dollar to pay back the debt and the 25 cents as profit, right? So what the underwriter is doing is they're trying to lower the risk, right? In lending, we have all the C's that I'm sure you've heard of, like capital, collateral, credit, character, capacity. And I always like to add common sense, right? Does your business make sense? What we're doing also when we're looking at the loan package and we're reading your business plan is we're just making an assessment of your business. Like, is it feasible? When we're looking at the projections and the tax returns, what is your financial status? So when it's in underwriting, not only are we doing due diligence, but we are also asking all of these questions in order to lower the risk for lending. So that is basically the application and the loan package. This is what the application at La Fuerza looks like. I know it's might be a little blurry, but it's just basic questions, personal information, where do you live, contact information. Then it goes into business information, same thing, just basic, business information. And then things like, your business tax ID, how many employees do you have, what's the ownership structure, business location, is it a storefront, is it a small business run out of, your home, and then the ownership, like how many owners do you have? How many owners does the business have? Financial information, the type of accounting records, right? Do you have a checking account? And then what are the business expenses? What are the gross sales? What do you take home from the business? Employment income? It's just basic financial information to try to, again, assess the financial status of the business. And then down here, it continues, does the business have other debt, right? What are the liabilities? And then what is the loan amount that you are requesting, okay? What is, the max and what's the minimum here? The third page is COVID related. We do want to know, as a nonprofit working with a lot of the government agency, we are trying to get as much information from small businesses as possible to see how COVID has affected them. We'd like to think we know, but it's always good to get information from small businesses. So we just want a small description of how and in what ways has COVID affected your business. And then here we just want to know if you were able to access the SBA, either the Economic Injury Disaster grant, or did you now take out a loan from that program, the PPP program? Did you apply for unemployment insurance as, for sole proprietors? And then just social economic information that we always keep for our records. At the bottom here, it's basically the signature of the owner or owners. And then this is the disclosure for the credit report. We do run a credit report on the owner of the business. Next page. So how do you prepare and what's there to expect, right? We always say be paper ready, but now it's really important here to have everything on your computer. So I should have started with that. Do you have an accountant? Do they have everything on a computer and just ready to be emailed when you need it? Have you filed your taxes? Do you have all your corporate documents, like your certificate of incorporation? These are things that you do at the beginning when you're setting up your company, and a lot of owners kind of put it away and then forget, where they have it. Do you have a business plan or a business model? This is something that we can definitely help you with in counseling. Do you have projections or profit and loss? Again, this is something that we can help you. We have spreadsheets and counselors that can help you create one if you don't have one. And again, are your documents accessible? Are they in a drive or in your computer? Get clarity. And what we mean about this is, what do you need the loan for? Have you done your own assessment of what you need, of what your business needs? Does your business plan or projections clearly show the need or the benefit of the loan? We want to see that. And can you repay the loan? Can you carry the monthly payments? So we want you to be very clear about that, because that is very important. We are a nonprofit. Our interest rates for a business loan are very reasonable. We actually have done a lot of 3% interest rate lending during COVID. We have a product with 0 interest, but we are a CDFI, we are a lender, and it's very important that small business clients understand that this is a loan and you are taking on debt. So before you take on debt, you want to ask yourself, can we pay it back? And how much is too much debt? You also do not want to carry too much debt or put too much debt on your business. Plan ahead is always great to plan ahead. COVID hit, and a lot of small business clients, a lot of people that we helped, they just were not ready for a crisis of this magnitude, at least, but just not ready for lending at all. So, it's always good to think ahead, especially after what happened. Prepare. Did you pivot during COVID-19? What changes did you make? How can your business, do better considering the changes that you made? And what lessons did you learn? A lot of people jumped online and now have an online presence, e-commerce, like I said, selling things online. And how is your credit? That when we say plan ahead, this is the number one thing. What is your credit score? Can you give a personal guarantee? In lending, they are going to check your credit as an owner. Even though it is a business loan, we are checking the owner's credit. And a lot of lending institutions will ask you for a personal guarantee on the loan. What to expect. Loan officers will work with you to get the application and the package ready. A lot of questions or no questions could come from the underwriter. Once it gets to them, there's always maybe a question here and there that they may have, and we'll reach out to you and should be really quickly addressed without any problems. Approval in terms of the loan will be sent to the business owner once you're approved. And then the CDFI loan process usually takes a few weeks after the loan package has been received. Banks and online platforms, credit unions, they do what we call an automatic underwriting. So they'll take some basic information, financial information, like they may look at your bank account and your taxes, and run your credit and very quickly tell you whether you qualify or not. It's super quick nowadays, but it is a automatic underwriting, and it's strictly based on credit and cash flow. So that's why they're looking at your finances and your credit, and they can give you a quick decision. CDFI lending, nonprofit organizations, our lending is manual. So what we do is we don't just look at your credit, we look at the whole loan package. We look at the entire business. We make a full assessment of the business before we make a decision. And it is decided by a loan committee of individuals that are involved in small business. Okay, so that was the presentation for access to capital. I am going to take this time to inform you before I take questions that we do have one-on-one counseling on various business topics through Zoom. Just like this, we do one-on-ones with business owners. We also ask you to follow us on social media for the latest updates and training. We'll post all the training that's coming up. We have some great e-commerce and marketing webinars coming up. So definitely follow us on Facebook at facebook.com La Fuerza CDC and in Instagram at La Fuerza CDC. You can also subscribe to our emails for our upcoming products or training. We gave out a lot of information during COVID about SBA and all the regulations and who qualifies and how to apply and what you need to do, all of that through email blast. So definitely sign up for our emails at info@lafuerzacdc.org. Our counselors, we have a bilingual counselor, Lorena and Leah, who are ready to assist you at any time.